Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. It's Sophia here, and today we are going to be asking a question that I think a lot of people get curious about. Even I get curious about, and I really enjoy these kinds of readings that have to do with like personality traits, and it's almost easier to feel if it resonates or not because we're going to be talking about you and what you're like. So as you could probably see from the title, the question that we're trying to answer today is what attracts them to you. So what is it about you that attracts the person that you're thinking about right now? And again, it could be anybody. For most people I know it's probably going to be a love interest of some sort, but it can be a friend, it can be a family member, it can be anybody. So just think of that person. And again, this is a general reading, so it may not resonate for everybody out there, but I hope it does, and please leave a comment down below if it does. I love hearing from you guys, and subscribe if you want to keep up with my videos. I actually plan on doing a really special video coming up. I was going to have that be my next video. I actually have the cards all ready and the piles all set, but I wanted to wait because I do have an announcement to make. And I wanted to use that video to do it since I'm going to be answering a question that I answered in another video of mine from last year that was really popular, so I wanted to bring it back. But yeah, for now, let's just focus on this reading. Just wanted to give you guys a little heads up. But for now, here are 3 piles, pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. You can, excuse me, I was just drinking a carbonated drink, so if I burp a few times, I'm sorry. But take your time. We're also going to do your charms, and I have my clarifying cards right here. We're also going to do your letters for every pile. So yeah, take your time, pause the video if you need to, and I will see you at your respective pile. Alright, hi pile 1. I hope you are doing well today. So let's get into your reading. So what attracts your person to you? What about you? What traits does the person you're thinking about what makes them feel attracted to you? So first we have love. That's a nice way to start a reading. Communication is key. New moon of Gemini, so you might be a Gemini. Direction, golden egg, starfish, unicorn, and then for your tarot cards we have temperance, king of wands, and page of swords. Interesting. Okay. So right off the bat, let's start with your tarot cards. Right off the bat, I think they really like that you're a creative person. You may be a young person because that we have a page here. You may be in some kind of like, in terms of like what you like to do, or maybe if you're old enough to have a job or an internship, maybe you're into some kind of communications type job. So like either, oral communication or writing, something like that. Something where words are involved. So again, either oral speaking, or maybe you like to write. Maybe for most of you like to write. But I'm definitely getting like creative vibes here. As you can see, she's holding I really like this image. She's holding balloons that are actually light bulbs, so I feel like you're incredibly creative. Also with this King of Wands, you're something very empowering about you. You're very like in your element when you're doing this. Like I feel like you have like a very strong presence when you're working. Yeah, you just have this like very intense, but like in a good way. There's just something very intense about you that they like. As you can see here, even like this man who's representing the King of Wands just like has like a very strong presence. So I feel like in general, not even just in your work or what you do, you're just like have a very intense, strong personality and presence, and I think that really helps you be as creative as you are. So I think they really admire your creativeness for sure. And then temperance, you're very patient and you like are able to find balance. I think you have been able to strike this balance of dark and light, so I think you're very this just came to me. I feel like you're a very understanding person, like you don't judge people. I feel like, which kind of goes with this love card right here, I feel like you're able to show love very easily. It doesn't matter who the person is. I feel like you can be very compassionate because you understand that everybody has light and dark parts to them. So I think that's what they admire about you. I think they really admire your creativity, and they admire your ability to strike balance and see the light and dark in everybody, and you almost appeal to people's humanity, if that makes sense. Like, you're very understanding of people because you see and understand that people are human and people make mistakes. You're also very patient. Temperance, obviously, you're very patient with people, which again is because you understand that people are not just, you're able to see that it's not just black and white. Life is not just black and white. There's gray in everything. And I think that, you show love very easily that way, and you're very a lovable person because of that. Also, this is a sign that this person just loves you. This person just has a lot of love for you, and a lot of compassion towards you. And then communication is key. So that's why I was thinking, I was saying that you were in some kind of communications, like you had something to do with communications in terms of a job or an interest. Communication is key, literally. So I think they like that you have a great way of expressing yourself in creative ways. So they really admire how you present yourself. Again, you have a strong presence. However you do it, it makes an impact on people. You make a difference. You're one of those people who has who everybody knows about just because you have such a strong presence. And I don't think I don't see you as very outgoing. I just see you as somebody that radiates a certain energy that draws people to you. I don't see you, both these temperance, the temperance and the King of Wands cards, they don't look outgoing, they seem very withdrawn and within themselves. There's something mysterious about you almost. I'm not saying that none of you are outgoing. I just get the sense that there's something about you that's a little more on the introverted side, and that almost intrigues people enough to get to know you. And once they do get to know you, you're very approachable and, again, very lovable because of all of these things that I just talked about. And you end up being a very good communicator. You communicate very well, very clearly, and in a way that people can appreciate, and maybe in a way that people aren't used to, I feel like you're a very special person, Pawan, which is really cool. Let's look at your animal spirit cards are interesting. What caught my eye first was the golden egg and the unicorn, because these two are very mystical spirit animals. So that's kind of going back to what I was just saying about there's something mysterious and intriguing about you, something, I guess the only good word that I think works, because I don't want to say abnormal, because that just sounds weird and wrong. You're not abnormal. I'm not trying to say you're weird or anything. Do I think you have maybe original taste? Yes. I feel like you may not think the way everybody else thinks. You may have outlandish ideas, or ideas that other people may not always agree with or don't understand, but I think there's something very magical about you. There's something, again, something that draws people to you. I think you have a very magical kind of energy to you, if that makes sense. It's not something that can be easily described. Obviously, it's something that only can be felt, but there's just something about you that's mysterious. But then once people get to know you, you're very open, and they see this beauty, they see how beautiful of a person you are, how loving. When I think of a unicorn, it's like a horse, but amped up. So a magical horse. So, very loyal, very, again, very loving. And there's just something special about you. That's what I get too. And golden egg, I feel like there's something this person almost finds you as this precious thing, something that not as fragile, but something that they want to protect. And they see you as like this golden ticket, like this golden thing, like golden boy or girl, whichever gender you are. And I just feel like they want to protect you. And they see you as this amazing, magical being, if that makes sense. And with starfish, I feel like they admire your tenacity and like your ability to kind of stick to who you are, you know, because starfish are very, like, once they're planted in a place, you know, they're very planted. They're not, you know, they're not very, you know, they're not aggressive creatures. They just kind of like live their own life. So I think this is kind of going back to my Page of Wands vibes. You know, like you're very, you have your own beliefs and you're not going to let anybody kind of get in your way of what you believe, which I think is something else they admire. And again, like there's something about you where you just kind of get things done, like you're very planted and grounded. And again, just like very creative. You know, I think that also touches on the creativity. I think that's what allows you to be creative, is that you are grounded in what you believe and what you do. And there's like a self-assurance in that. There's like, you're very self-assured. And then this is kind of goes into the last card we have here, direction, if I can pick it up. You have direction. You have direction. I'm not going to read the card. I was just kind of using this deck for the title. But you have like direction. I think you're somebody that knows what you want, knows what to do to get it, and you're very hardworking. And again, you're grounded, very creative, sure of yourself, but again, mysterious, you know, intriguing. I think intriguing is the better word. Intriguing. But once people get to know you, I think, you know, they realize that you're a really special person because you see the gray in life, you don't see anything in black and white. You're very mature in that way. I think mature is probably the best word to encapsulate everything that I have just said in this reading. But you're very mature and you communicate very well. I think also they're impressed because, like I was saying at the beginning of this reading, like you probably are on the younger side. I think they're impressed by how good you are at communicating, you know, based on how young you are. So that's something else that they're impressed with. And you just have a lot of love to give, you know, like you're just a lovable person. And they want to protect you for sure. I think they see you as this, like, they see you as a catch, basically, and they think you're magical, for sure. So let me pull your charms. I actually didn't need clarifiers this time. Usually pile 1 is very straightforward. I don't know what it is about you guys, but I usually tend to not need, sorry, I keep shaking the camera. I tend to not need any clarifiers for you guys, which is kind of cool, so. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, yeah, so, see, look, we got the closed book and the open book. So like I was saying, I think that naturally you're somebody who's a little more introverted, but once people get to know you, you open up and your real self shines through. Oh, look, the bookmark with the owl. So yeah, you're very wise, very mature. Sun, so I think you're just somebody that makes this person very happy. Again, like this kind of goes towards, you know, like you're just a lovable person. Again, you might be young. This is like my child charm, but in this reading I'll take it as, you know, like you're probably on the younger side. Yeah, you're very like sure, grounded. This is my mind, body, soul charm, so you're very grounded. Peace, yeah. So you could be just like at peace with yourself. This was a 3, I might have flipped it over, so 3 might be a significant number. The letter N came out. I have other letters that I'm going to pull in a second. Yeah, again, they might see you as a fairy tale. This is my fairy tale charm. So they might see you as like a fairy tale. This is like a romantic interest that you're thinking about. They may just see you as like, again, with like the innocence charm. So you could be, again, on the younger side. It's a little rubber duck. Let's see what cards we have here. Yes, we have 5 of Wands, 10 of Cups, 8 of Swords. Yeah. yeah, so I think that's what I'm getting from the charms mostly. Yeah, King of Wands came up again. Yeah, so you're very self-assured. You may not like conflict. Five of Wands came up here, and based on everything else, you're probably not a big fan of conflict. You may like put a lot of pressure on yourself too. We have the Ten of Wands. So you probably put a lot of pressure on yourself in terms of work. But yeah, let me pull you guys some letters. Let me just get my letter bag. Woo. Just get my letter bag. Oops, sorry, I keep shaking the camera. We have a G and a U. I'll try getting a few more if I can. Okay, 3 stuck to my hand. So M, G, U. We also have an M, a G, a U, a D, and an I. So those could be initials or important letters. All right, so pile 1, that was your reading. I hope that that resonated for you. If it did, please let me know down in the description box. I love hearing from you guys. And I hope to see you guys in my next reading. Like I said in my intro, the next reading is going to be really special. And I'm going to have an announcement to make. So I hope that you, subscribe and stick around for more videos of mine to come. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you guys later. Bye. Hi Pile 2, welcome to your reading. I hope you guys are having a fabulous day. So let's see what it is that your person is attracted to about you. So what attracts them to you? So we have release. Your commitment is being tested. First quarter moon. Confidence. Butterfly. Frog. And bear. And then for your tarot cards, we have Knight of Wands, 3 of Swords, and Strength. Ooh, okay. So you could be a Leo. I'm getting really strong Leo vibes from this group. So you most likely are a Leo. Okay, so immediately what I'm getting from your tarot cards is that you've overcome great obstacles. Like you've overcome great loss is something that this person admires about you and is attracted. They're attracted to your strength, literally. I think you're a very strong person. You've gone through a lot of heartbreak, a lot of pain, and you've managed to kind of ground yourself and almost utilize it in a creative way with this Knight of Wands. You also could be just like you can have a very eccentric personality despite the heartbreak you've gone through. Like you're probably that person who's like the life of the party, but you wouldn't expect them to like be dealing with depression or something, if that makes sense. Like you're somebody who really just puts on a brave face for everybody, but you could behind closed doors just be like crying your eyes out. I kind of relate to that, gone through that stuff. So yeah, so I feel like you're somebody who's just like on the outside, you look like this perfect person, like you're doing all of these things. You could be very, again, I'm getting serious fire sign vibes. Like you don't even have to necessarily be a Leo. I think you could either be a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. I'm just getting serious fire vibes, fire sign vibes. We'll see if the charms say anything different. But yeah, so I definitely think that one of the biggest things that they're attracted to is like how much you've overcome and how you're able to stay positive and just kind of power through and be happy despite all of this pain, if that makes sense. And also your confidence. You have such confidence in you. These two cards just radiate positive, confident energy. And if you see, like, these 3 cards here, they've got like a lot of color in them, and everything else is kind of like muted, darker colors. So I feel like you do, again, like you're a very strong, happy person, but you do have your demons. So I think the person that you're thinking about sees that, and they admire you for being able to still be a happy person despite whatever you've gone through in the past. For your for your animal spirit cards, we have Butterfly, which again, you're very carefree, light, like you give off this very like light, happy energy. You're very beautiful too, probably. You're just very carefree and happy. Again, like I think these, the Knight of Wands and the Butterfly kind of go hand in hand. You're just like a very, like I think you're one for adventure. Like you just want to do things and be happy. Part of why you might do that though is because you want to get your mind off your past. But like in general, I think that's just kind of who you are at your core, is like this person who wants to do all these exciting, great things and just be happy. And free, be happy and free, for sure, because butterflies are all about freedom. Usually, like, butterflies as a symbol, I keep shaking the camera, are a symbol of freedom. The frog is interesting. When I look at the frog, frogs are kind of a random animal to have, like a spirit animal to have, but frogs are very adaptable. Like, I feel like they adapt, and they can live in most kinds of climates. Like they can, when I say most kinds of climates, I mean like when it rains, they're okay with it. Like when it rains, they're okay with it, but when it's sunny, they're also okay with it. Like they're very adaptable creatures. And so I think that also touches on how you've been able to overcome like your strength, like you're able to just adapt to the situation and just kind of power through and do the best that you can. So that's what I see with the frog spirit. And then bear, again, with the strength, like you just do what you have to do. Again, a very strong personality. Bears are big and strong, and people can be intimidated by them, but I think at the end of the day, you're just kind of like, you do what you got to do. And bears are also very huggable and lovable, so I think you're also a very huggable, lovable person. I want to get some clarifying cards on both of these, actually, just because I'm feeling like it. So let's start with the frog first. Let's see, what is this? Ooh. Oh yeah, look, like I was saying, so like 8 of Wands, like forward moving. Yeah, so again, you're adaptable. Like you just kind of move forward to whatever the circumstances. So that just kind of, let's get one more for the frog. Ooh. Yeah, 2 of Wands. Yeah, so 2 of Wands, I feel like you also, this kind of touches on a characteristic of the frog. You know how frogs can kind of stay in one place for a long time? Or like they're very patient, like they can just like sit. I feel like you're somebody that can do that too. Even though, like I said before, you want to just go out and do things, I think there's also a part of you that kind of just is able to sit and observe and wait for the right moment. I think this is kind of appealing to the other side of yourself that kind of deals with pain. So I think that's like the side of you that just kind of has to sit and work through the pain. I think that's what this frog spirit is touching on, is that part of you that just accepts what you've gone through by sitting with it and accepting it, if that makes sense. Let's get this bear spirit. Ooh. Bear spirit. Ooh, King of Swords. Okay, so you're very outspoken. And Ace of Pentacles. Interesting. So with the King of Swords, you're very vocal. Like you could just be somebody that speaks their mind. Again, like very fire sign energy here. And then Ace of Pentacles, I feel like you, there's something patient. Again, like there's this patient aspect to you. You know how bears hibernate? And they wait till the right time to come out and kind of come out during the spring and hibernate during the winter. I think that's what that's talking about. So I think when it's the right time to go out and have fun, and when the right time is for you to just kind of sit with yourself and do what you have to do for yourself. And I think that is something that the person you're thinking about really likes about you and admires about you, is that balance that you have of knowing when to, like, knowing what's best for you in what moment, if that makes sense. And then we have, with your moon card, with your Moonology card, your commitment is being tested, which is interesting. So I feel like this actually may be touching on what I just said, is I think that you take the time to evaluate what it is, like when is a good time for you to just be yourself and when you need time for yourself. And that came out kind of weird, but what I'm trying to get at is what I was just talking about, is you're the kind of person, I guess the easiest way to say this is like as with an example. Let's say your friends ask you to go out, right? And you're usually, when you go out with your friends, you're like the life of the party, right? That's why everybody wants you to go. But you get tired, you have, life happens, and some days you're just not going to want to go, or maybe something's going on. You never feel pressured to say yes just because other people expect you to or want you to. So I feel like when it says commitment, I think your commitment is referring to the commitment you make to yourself, like that part of you that wants to put yourself first. And I think you're good at that. I get the sense that you're a person that can put yourself first, which is great. And then release. Yeah, so I feel like you've been able to release a lot of your inner demons because you're so good at knowing when you need to stop, like when you need to just kind of slow down. Because I think sometimes you can be a little, you can kind of wear yourself out by just doing things constantly and, partying or going out or traveling a lot. And sometimes, confidence is great, but you're not going to have confidence 24/7. So I think you're good at kind of detoxing when you need to. You could have had like a really fun weekend partying with friends or going out on a fun trip, like with your family or friends one weekend, and then the next weekend you're going to take off. You're going to take off to just kind of, regain your strength and just kind of take time for yourself. Yeah, so that's really awesome. Pile 2, I think you guys are very, again, mature people. And Pile 1 was also very mature, but I think you're very emotionally mature too. Let's get your charms. I'm curious to see what your charms say. So I'm sorry if it gets a little loud. So you have the world, yeah, so you probably like to travel. You have like a very like worldly kind of viewpoint on life. I don't know why this is like an empty, that shouldn't be in there. Yeah. You could also, this is my fairy tale charm, so you could be, again, like a very loving, this person could see you as like they see you as a catch, basically. We have a few little letters here. I'm going to pull more letters in a little bit. We have Gemini, so you could be a Gemini. I believe this is Ruby, so this is July, so you could be, see, this is what I was, because this is the July birthstone, so you could be a Leo born at the end of July, or you could be a Cancer. Oh, it's another birth charm. But you guys, I still haven't memorized them. Just give me 1 second. I think I know what this one is, but hold on. I think that's October. Yeah, that's October. Okay, so that's October, so you could be a Libra or a Scorpio. So we have 2 water signs, a fire sign, and an air sign, so lots of variety here. Yeah, so we have the compass. Again, this has to do with, like, I think this is also speaking to your adventurousness. Again, I feel like you guys might be kind of partiers. We have the wine bottle here. Again, strength. This is my dinosaur charm. This is like strength. We have another Y, so we have MI, so my. Again, I think that kind of touches on, how you take time for yourself, so, like your needs, so my needs. And then H, Florida might be an important place for you. Again, like you might be creative or musical. Let me see if any of these cards, Oh, Two of Cups. Okay, so this person could be a love interest, or they see you as a love interest. They might have a crush on you. Oh, look, Three of Hearts again. So, or Three of Hearts, sorry, no, I meant that's not Three of Swords. I was getting confused. Here's the Three of Swords. Three of Swords did show up. Okay, so here's the Three of Swords again. Sorry if you can't see that. So yeah, you've definitely gotten over some serious heartbreak. King of Cups. See, Eight of Swords. Yeah, so you've probably had moments where you're like, oh God, what am I doing? But you've overcome a lot of things. I think you're also very fulfilled. Nine of Cups. You're very fulfilled now. Oh, Ace of Pentacles again. So touching on, you know, being grounded and knowing what you need. Putting your needs first before anybody else's. And if I can flip this card over. Yeah, Nine of Wands. Awesome. So I'm going to let you guys look at the charms. And then let me pull your letters before I forget, because I tend to forget. So we have an M, Y, and then an H. So let's see if there's anything else. Ooh, lots of letters got stuck to my palm. Okay. Ooh. So we have P-O-U, another blank one. P-O-E, P-U, so two P's, two E's, an S, three E's, okay, three E's, two P's, an A, and an S. So I don't know if you want to try and make letters with that, but it looks like E is a significant letter and P is a significant letter. So these also might make up a name that I'm just not seeing, but I see C as a word, or like C. Yeah, but I don't want to spend too much time because then I'm going to go overboard. So, but yeah, so thank you so much for joining me today, Pile 2. I hope that resonated for you. Please leave a comment in the comment section if it did. I love hearing from you guys. I read all of my comments. So yeah, I hope to see you in my next reading. Like I said in my intro, it's going to be a special reading because I have a little announcement to make, but I hope, yeah, so I hope that you subscribe so you can keep up with all the videos I have coming up, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much. Hi, Pile 3, welcome to your reading. So let's get right into it. So what is your person attracted to about you? So what about you attracts your person to you? So we have change. Nothing is yet set in stone. Oops. Empowerment. Lizard. Swan. Cosmic egg. Oh yeah, you had 4 come out. Dragonfly. Knight of Pentacles. 4 of Wands. 2 of Wands. And 5 of Swords. Okay. Interesting. So looking at your tarot cards to start, I feel like you might be an overthinker. With this 5 of Swords, you might be a little bit of an overthinker. As you can see, if you see the imagery, this man is kind of holding his holding his head. So you might be an overthinker, and it might distress you a little bit. But it looks like you're patient. You're very patient. We have the Knight of Wands and the 2 of Wands. So I feel like you're a very patient person. I feel like you kind of wait till the time is right to either approach people or deal with difficult situations. And you're kind of more of like an observer. You could be an empath now that I'm looking at this. Huh. Now I'm looking at this, you could be an empath. Because also with this 4 of Wands, like, I see you have the ability to be carefree and happy. Also 11-11. 11, that might just be a sign that you keep seeing recently. But yeah, so you could be a very carefree thing, but I think you kind of tap into other people's energies. And I got that just because of this 2 of Wands. You know, like, you kind of just, like, are waiting and looking out and observing. I feel like you're very much an observer, and you're kind of on the quiet side, but, and you're very patient. You could be an earth sign. I'm getting earth sign vibes from this. you could be very patient. And again, you can read a room properly and know when to approach people, if that makes sense. And you're just like, when you're not overthinking, you're a very carefree person, but just like the juxtaposition of these two, that's what made me think that you're an empath. Because when you're feeling good and you have good energy, like you'll feel the same, but if you're feeling heavy or, the energy around you is not good, then you're going to feel that way too. Let's clarify the Five of Swords. Oops, something flipped. Ooh, the Lovers. Okay, so you might be a Gemini. But yeah, so you could also get very attached, like emotionally attached too, is what I'm getting. You also could love too hard too. Literally, like you could just like put your all into relationships. Woo! Oh, another page. So Page of Swords, another Swords. Oh, so you may be shy in the sense that because this isn't like the King or the Queen of Swords, which is already like somebody that's ready to come forward. You may keep in what you're thinking out of fear of hurting somebody that you love. So you may not always be as open. You kind of just keep in all of your doubts and fears, and it kind of festers inside you. So I think that I'm not saying the person necessarily admires it, but they could see that you're the kind of person who hesitates to say something that might be hurtful to another. That's probably what they admire, that you don't want to hurt people, but the thing is it does more damage to you. So you're selfless is what I'm getting. You're a selfless person, and you love deeply, which is what I think something else that the person admires about you. You love deeply. Let's see this Four of Wands. I want to clarify the Four of Wands. Ooh. Okay, 2 came out. Death. Oh, okay. Oh, 3 came out. Okay, we'll take all of them. Oh, yeah, the High Priest. See, look. You are an empath. Yep, see, High Priestess. High Priestess, so you're very in touch with your intuition, which was what I was going with here, too. Death and, yeah, Four of Swords. Huh. Yeah, so the Four of Swords, I'm getting, like, it's about rest and stuff, so I feel like it's also a juxtaposition, so I feel like this is kind of going with what I was saying. So sometimes you need rest because you just overthink everything. And then with death, I think that, this is also about change. There's a lot about change here, even change here. So I feel like you're very in tune with other people's emotions, and that's why you change. So like your emotions change based on other people's vibes, which is something that the person admires about you, but I think it's also something that they see causes you a lot of distress because it's a lot of work being an empath. I'm an empath, I get it. But yeah, so like change, rebirth, so I think you go through a lot of change. Like you go through a lot of like mood swings, like you're very in touch with what other people are going through. Like you can feel other people's pain, which also the Five of Swords can be talking about. You can feel other people's pain, you can feel other people's happiness, and you have a very strong intuition for sure. And that could tire you out for sure. It can tire you out. With your animal spirit cards, we have the dragonfly. So I think this kind of goes to, you could just be a very beautiful person. The person might think you're beautiful. So dragonflies are very beautiful. But I think it's kind of going with the Four of Wands, where it's like, you can be very carefree and stuff. But then I think and you're very graceful too. The swan is a very graceful animal and very beautiful. I think this person thinks you're very beautiful. But there's something about you again. At first I thought the cosmic egg represented, also the cosmic egg is a very magical spirit animal. So again, I think this kind of touches on the fact that you're an empath and you have like these kind of supernatural type powers. But if I at first I thought that the snake represented your person and you were the cosmic egg and they just felt like they needed to protect you. But then I looked at it for a little longer and I thought, actually I think this kind of refers to the fact that they see that you become more closed off when things don't start going well, like in an environment. Like, I think you get closed off, which is what this is referring to. Like, you get like this 5 of Swords energy, for sure. So I think that's what that refers to. And then here, nothing yet is set in stone. So again, this is about change. So I feel like your moods definitely change based on other people's, which I think this person sees as a strength and a weakness. I think like this person admires you for it, but at the same time, I think they see that it causes you distress, for sure. But then we have empowerment. So I feel like they actually see you as this powerful being that is very compassionate, very intuitive. I think they really, where is it? I think they really admire your intuition and how you could be a water sign. I'm getting a lot of water sign vibes, but we have, you could be a Scorpio or a Cancer or a Pisces. So you could be a water sign, or you could be a Gemini. But yeah, you're definitely very intuitive. And we also have the Lizard. So again, this is like your mood can be adaptable. This kind of goes with the change because, lizards can camouflage and stuff. So I think that your moods can be adaptable, but in a different way. So, excuse me. What I mean by that is I think that just as your mood can be affected by other people's moods and energies, I think you can also mask your discomfort. I think you're also like good at masking this discomfort, and I think that has to do with your patience. Like, I think when people are bothering you or when you're in uncomfortable situations, you're better at just observing and saying things when the time is right instead of just like lashing out. I think you're very good at reading a room. Which can be frustrating because sometimes you keep in what you want to say, which was what if I can find it, this is getting a little messy, but what the Page of Swords was talking about, which is you kind of keep in what you want to say because it's not the right time, but that can be hard in the moment because, like, what if somebody's really upsetting you and, you want to say something, but you just know intuitively that the time isn't right. So that's what this Knight of Pentacles, I think, is talking about. You end up doing the right thing even though it's hard for you. So I think that's something else that your person admires about you a lot. And, it shows that you actually are the one with the power. You empower yourself by using your intuition properly and correctly, basically. Let me get your charms. Let's see what your charms have to say. So, sorry if it gets loud in here for a second. I don't look, so it's gonna shuffle. Ooh, that one came out. Hold on. Oh yeah. This one came out. And this one. Okay. Okay, we have got a couple of signs here, actually. So we have Scorpio again, so you probably are Scorpio, like I guessed. But we also have Aquarius, Sagittarius, and a Leo. So 2 fire signs, water sign, and Aquarius. So those could be your, that could be in your chart, or you can be your sun sign. This is Emerald, so May, so we also have, why am I blanking? Taurus or Gemini if you're at the end. That is not supposed to be part of my, we have the number 1, open book, yeah. I also think you're a very loving person, for sure. We have 2 different heart charms here. This is my soulmate charm, so this person could be a love interest, that the person you're thinking about, but I think you have an abundance of love to give. Yeah, see, look, message in a ball, yeah. So you don't always say what you're thinking, but like for the sake of other people, you don't want to just say something rash and then regret it later. Again, using your intuition to know when to speak. Rainbow, okay, could be the person you could be thinking about, could be the same gender. yeah, this is like my Six of Swords charm, so like more, kind of moving out. You know, I think you eventually are able to speak your mind, but again, using your tuition. Yeah, look, you're divinely guided, so you definitely have some kind of spiritual part about you. Oh, look, we have friends. Yeah, so I feel like what we're, this kind of situations we're talking about here have to do with friendships. See, we have Queen of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, Page of Cups, Eight of Wands, Page of Wands, lots of page energy, so you're probably on the younger side too. And King of Wands. Yeah, so the King of Wands touches on, you have like a, definitely like some spiritual aspect to you. Oh, we also have another charm here. Is this the ruby or, oops, sorry. No, it's purple. Oh God, let me remind myself what purple is. February, oh, amethyst. Okay, so again, oh, see, look, all of the, almost, yeah, so we have Scorpio. So let me go over our signs again. So we have Leo, Sagittarius, Aquarius, Scorpio. Then we have February, so you could be an Aquarius or a Pisces. Kind of going with my theory that most of you will probably be water signs. Or we have May, so either you're a Taurus or you are a Gemini. Yeah, again, there's like a lot of like different kind of spiritual charms that I have in here that are showing up. So, but yeah, oh, this also like the imagery from the Two of Wands. Yes, you kind of just observe, but there's something otherworldly about you. And you're loyal. I think you're loyal to your friends. I think you're just like a good friend in general. You know, I think you know when to speak and when not to speak. You're wise too, Owl. You're wise. Yeah. You could also be the peacemaker too in your friend group. So, yeah. Let me get your letters, pile 3, before I forget. I almost keep forgetting that. Oops. So we have an A, another blank one. All these blank ones keep coming out today, guys. I'm not going to count that. Let me try and get more. Okay. K, an A, an R. Oh, look, we have an actual name, Kara. So Kara might be a name that's significant. Kara, or, you know, I don't know if these are initials, but we have 2 A's, an R, and a K. Or the name Kara came out, so Kara might be a name. So that's pretty cool. So I'll just give you guys a second to look at these. But yeah. All right, pile 3, that is your reading. So thank you so much for joining me today. Please like and comment if it resonated for you, this reading. I read all of my comments and I love hearing from you guys. And I hope that you subscribe to get notifications about when new videos are coming out. Like I mentioned in my intro, the next video that I do will be a special video because I have a little announcement to make that I'm very excited about. But yeah, so like, subscribe, comment, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much.